Hello from Myrtle Beach. Today we are at Brookgreen Gardens, which is a beautiful botanical garden. The grounds are massive. They have a lot of art and statues, including indoor art exhibits as well as outdoor sculptures. They also have a low country zoo, which we're going to share with you, a children's play area, which we're going to share with you, and they have a cafe and 2 restaurants. If you're new to our channel, hi, I'm Carmen. We cover everything Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area. And if you're a return viewer, thanks so much for watching and welcome back. We really appreciate you. First of all, I want to talk about where this is located. I know I said hello from Myrtle Beach because that's where we live, but this is in Murrells Inlet, which is just south of Myrtle Beach. It's right across from Huntington Beach State Park. If you are not familiar with that, we have a video on that. I'll link that in the description below. It's a beautiful park. And it is oceanfront, so it's right across 17 from that in Murrells Inlet. Easy to get to. It's probably a 20 to 30 minute drive from Myrtle Beach, depending on where you're coming from exactly. So it's not a bad drive at all. I do recommend coming early to avoid some of the traffic. As of the time of this recording, Brookgreen opens at 9:30 a.m. in the morning. That will change with the seasons and over time, so definitely check their hours. And also take a look at their website for the ticket prices, but I will give you those prices at the time of this recording later in the video. Brookgreen Gardens is property that was donated from the Huntingtons, which they're also who donated the state park and the namesake of the state park. And this sculpture here near the front of the botanical gardens is a sculpture that Anna Huntington, I believe her name's Anna Hyatt Huntington, did of her and her husband. And it's amazing that they were so generous that they left, Anna Hyatt Huntington, that they left all of this for us to enjoy for generations. Also seasonally, they have all kinds of events. There's actually some evening, night events going on right now with lights and that kind of thing. But at the Christmas season, they have night of, I believe it's 10,000 candles. I can't remember. But that is a different charge, different ticketing structure. But it's definitely something worth checking out if you're here during the Christmas season. This is just so beautiful though. This is actually one of my favorite statues, and the other just amazing thing about Brookgreen Gardens are these beautiful oaks. They have these massive oaks. I think a lot of them, they said, have been around for 250 years or more. And the Spanish moss, they are just beautiful. And then I love this statue of, I believe it's Diane the Huntress, I believe. But this statue is beautiful with this little picturesque area, and there's plenty of benches here to sit as well because the gardens are huge. This whole area is just amazing. It really is. I remember the first time we came here was many years ago, and we were just blown away. It really is Myrtle Beach's area's best kept secret. I think so many people don't know that it's here and what it has to offer. We are not even going to cover the indoor exhibits today, but they have multiple indoor sculpture exhibits. They have a massive gift shop, like I said, multiple places to eat. They also have a ton of picnic tables as well in different areas. So if you'd like to bring your food with you, you can do that. And then if you go this way and keep walking, I'm just going to take you part way because this literally goes on for miles. I'm not exaggerating. If you keep going the way I'm going and take a slight left, you will come to a waterway where the original rice fields from the rice plantations were located. And you can walk along that waterway, and there are some plaques that actually explain all that to you. So if you go right down the direction I'm facing now, you will come to that. But like I said, we're talking about, if you walk the whole thing, you're talking about miles of walking. I will give you another tip. Bring bug spray. Even if you are not used to getting eaten by bugs. It's not everywhere here, but there's certain areas, like if you go down near those rice fields, or if you go to the Low Country Zoo, which we'll take you to in a bit, you will definitely be glad you brought the bug spray. Also, in addition to the regular indoor exhibits, they also have rotating exhibits, and this is the current one from Zimbabwe. And the art they have in that exhibit is actually for sale right now. You can actually buy it and take it home with you. Pathways between all of the art are just beautiful. There's art everywhere in between, flowers everywhere in between. There's all these lovely little places to sit and relax. This would be definitely a great place to meditate if you're so inclined. We just saw a yoga class happening on one of the grassy areas. It is a very serene place to be. And it's also not a straight shot one way or the other. It's all these winding paths. It really takes forever to see the whole thing. I'm going to talk about the ticket prices later, But at the time of this recording, the tickets get you in for 7 days. And if you have time while you're visiting here, I would definitely recommend coming more than once. Because there is just so much to see, especially if you enjoy art. This tree was here during the signing of the American Constitution. This is incredible. I mean, to see in person, it's just really amazing. We're about to head into the zoo, and we're walking on the outside and saw Mr. Billy Goat up on his log, so we had to grab him before we head inside and check out the rest of this Low Country Zoo. Now we have popped over to the Low Country Zoo. You can either drive over, walk over, or they have a shuttle, but it only runs at certain times, so you definitely want to check that. It doesn't run very late in the day, so you don't want to get caught over here and not realize that you don't have a shuttle back. This is a beautiful zoo with animals from the Low Country. Let's check it out. First section is a barn animal section. So you can see I am short, so I have to stand on my tiptoes over the fence here. We've got looks like a bull. Oh, and some sheep in here. Hi guys. Well, that's pretty neat. Beautiful. Over here we've got some goats, and I see a baby. Let's go get closer to the babies. Oh, they're so tiny. How cute. And we've got some chickens, some beautiful chickens. Love the coloring. We're gonna pop into the cypress swamp. This is an aviary area. It's really cool.
I can go over.
Yep.
We are at the red fox exhibit. He's gonna be really hard to see. He is in the tree, right behind those leaves. I don't know if you could see him, but he's there. Here are the owls in the owl exhibit. We've got this guy right up front and center. Good view of him. But we've also got two right back here. Here we are at the otters. They are having fun in the water. Aww. Just like the rest of Brookgreen Garden, even the zoo is beautiful with these gorgeous trees, Spanish moss. It's just so relaxing. It's a beautiful place to walk. Now we're going to head into Flights of Passage. This is the migratory waterfowl. Another beautiful location. Gorgeous trees. And Brian and I both love this. We love all the different kinds of ducks. Also talk a little bit about pricing. The pricing for Brookgreen Garden at the time of this recording is $22 for adults, $20 for seniors, $12 for children 4 through 12, and children 3 and under are free. Obviously that may change. They also offer an annual pass, so if you're going to come here a lot, like if you come here multiple times a year, it would definitely be worth your while to get the annual pass. And that annual pass offers a lot of discounts on food and merchandise, and also allows you to get discounts on tickets for your friends and family. Right across from the barn animals at the zoo, there is a butterfly pavilion. They also have a children's area over to the right, which we'll show you as well, that has some fun buildings and stuff for children to explore. But let's check out the inside of the butterfly house. Here's an up-close view of the little storybook area that I mentioned that they have here for children. There's things to play in. There's also some educational stuff. You've got a castle. You've got sort of a makeshift pirate ship. You've got Brian up here in this castle. Hey, you could put your head where that's Rapunzel hanging over there. You're a little too tall for it. and they've got a train, they've got a cute little school building. So this is really nice for kids to come out and play and burn off some of that energy. There's even more storybook stuff down here, and the barn animals are right there just for frame of reference. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to click on the video on your screen right now and click subscribe so you won't miss anything new. Thanks so much for watching. Until our next adventure.